When's the last time we've seen a season similar to Tom Brady's in 2007? I'll answer that for you. Never. Brady spent 1 year coming off a gut-wrenching AFC Championship collapse and turned in the most statistically dominant quarterback season the NFL had ever witnessed. He threw 50 touchdown passes, 14 more than the next closest quarterback in the entire NFL. Nearly 9% of the passes he threw that season ended in touchdowns. Almost 1 out of every 11 throws left his hand and ended in the end zone. He led the only team in NFL history to go 16-0 in the regular season. He broke records that had stood for decades and made the entire sport of football look like it had been invented specifically for him. He did all of that while the whole country was watching, the pressure of perfection crushing down on every single snap. 2007, Brady was a singularity, a one-of-a-kind season that words can't even describe. You had to see it to believe it. I felt like I was living in an alternate timeline watching Tom Brady operate. It was crazy. Almost as crazy as the series of events that got him here in the first place. It was the 2006 AFC Championship game. Brady and the Patriots had raced out to a 21-3 lead over the Indianapolis Colts at halftime. The game looked over. The Super Bowl felt inevitable. And then Peyton Manning happened.
Joseph right up the middle, touchdown! Colts have taken the lead for the first time in the AFC Championship game.
The Colts clawed all the way back and closed out New England 38-34. Brady threw for 232 yards with 1 touchdown and 1 late interception that sealed the coffin.
Intercepted! Colts are going to the Super Bowl!
The whole world had seen this team blow a sure thing on the biggest stage. And what made it sting even more was that everyone knew what Brady was capable of. He just needed the right weapons around him. Except the Patriots front office had already been thinking the same thing. And what they did that offseason would change the NFL forever. New England traded for Randy Moss from the Oakland Raiders and acquired Wes Welker from Miami. 2 elite receivers. 2 weapons that would become extensions of Brady's will. Everyone wondered if this was going to be special. Nobody was fully ready for what was about to happen. In Week 1 against the New York Jets, Brady completed 22 of 28 passes for 297 yards and 3 touchdowns in a 38-14 opening statement. And Randy Moss immediately showed why the Patriots had taken the chance on him, exploding for 9 catches and 183 receiving yards. The chemistry was instant. The connection was filthy. And what happened over the next few weeks would set the tone for the entire season. The Patriots started blowing teams out, not just winning, disassembling. The San Diego Chargers 38-14, the Buffalo Bills 38-7, Cincinnati 34-13, the Cleveland Browns 34-17. By the time they hit Week 6 and traveled to Dallas to face the Cowboys, who were sitting at 5-0 and considered the NFC's best team, the Patriots responded by torching them 48-27 in a game that Cowboys head coach Wade Phillips could barely even explain at his post-game press conference. Brady was not human. Through their first 10 games, Brady had thrown 38 touchdowns with just 4 interceptions and a 134.0 passer rating. At that point, he was on pace for more than 60 touchdown passes, a number the NFL had never even come close to seeing before. The Patriots had outscored opponents by 254 points over that span, the best point differential through 10 games in the Super Bowl era by 59 points. And Brady wasn't just leading the league in touchdowns, he was lapping it. The next closest quarterback that season was Tony Romo with 36 touchdown passes, while Derek Anderson finished 3rd with 29. Just a few weeks in, and the NFL was already uncomfortable. The rest of the league was watching a man conduct a clinic on what quarterback play was supposed to look like. It took virtually no time for Brady to make his imprint. What followed was a march toward history that nobody could stop, even when teams tried everything. The Patriots had moments of vulnerability late in the season, needing late stops and opponent mistakes to stay perfect, but Brady always found a way. The Patriots, standing at 15-0, one game away from the first perfect regular season in NFL history since the Miami Dolphins. All Brady needed was one more win. On that night, Brady broke Peyton Manning's NFL record by throwing his 50th touchdown pass of the season, and Randy Moss hauled it in to also set his own NFL record with his 23rd receiving touchdown, shattering Jerry Rice's mark of 22. History, written in real time, on the same play. The Patriots finished 16-0 with 589 points, a new NFL record. At one point during the season, Brady had thrown more touchdown passes than more than 20 entire NFL teams had thrown all year. Brady won the league MVP. He led the NFL in passing yards with 4,806, touchdowns with 50, and completion percentage at 68.9%, while throwing just 8 interceptions all season. He accounted for 52 total touchdowns himself, roughly 85% of the Patriots' offensive touchdowns that year. He was not playing football. He was engineering something. And as soon as the calendar flipped to playoff time, something clicked inside of Brady. He was ready to go to work. Brady put on a surgical performance against the Jacksonville Jaguars in the divisional round, completing 26 of 28 passes for 262 yards and 3 touchdowns, a 92.9% completion rate that set an NFL playoff record. The Jaguars never had a chance. The Patriots won 31-20 and moved to 17-0. It was the kind of performance where announcers ran out of adjectives. The AFC Championship brought the San Diego Chargers to Foxborough, a banged-up but dangerous team. And Brady wasn't sharp. He threw 3 interceptions, the ghosts of moments past creeping back in, and the whole narrative of greatness felt like it was teetering. But the Patriots' defense held firm. Brady still delivered 2 touchdown passes, and New England ground out a 21-12 win. Imperfect, gritty, but they were through. For the first time since Super Bowl 39, Tom Brady and the New England Patriots were going to the Super Bowl. They'd be facing the New York Giants, a team led by Eli Manning that had gone 10-6, snuck into the playoffs as a wild card, and had already upset the Cowboys and Packers on the road. Nobody gave them a real chance. The Patriots were 12-point favorites. The perfect season was right there. And after New England took a 7-3 lead, the script seemed to be writing itself. 18-0. 4 Super Bowl titles for Brady. The greatest season in NFL history with a bow on it. And then, Eli Manning called his shot. With 1:15 left in the game and the Giants trailing 14-10, Manning escaped a near sack by breaking 3 tackles at his own 44-yard line and heaved a ball downfield. David Tyree, who had caught just 4 passes during the entire regular season, leapt into the air at the Patriots' 24-yard line and pinned the football against his helmet with one hand, while Patriots safety Rodney Harrison tried to rip it away. For a split second, nobody knew if the ball had moved. The ball stayed. Somehow, impossibly, it stayed. 32 yards. First down. And 4 plays later, Plaxico Burress caught the go-ahead touchdown with 35 seconds left. The Giants won 17-14. The Patriots finished 18-1. And in an instant, the greatest regular season in the history of professional football ended not with a championship, but with a miracle the universe simply refused to give back. Everything had happened at warp speed, and yet it felt like watching something ancient, something inevitable, something that was always supposed to exist. The tragedy only makes it more cinematic, because the greatest season a quarterback has ever played ended one miraculous helmet catch away from forever. Brady threw for 266 yards with 1 touchdown that night. He was sacked 5 times. But over the course of that season, he had thrown for 4,806 yards, 50 touchdowns, just 8 interceptions, a 16-0 record, an MVP. And somehow, even that wasn't enough.